What's up, Zingers? Welcome back to another episode of Futures Fever. I'm your host, Kevin Dubriske, and do I have a great episode in store for us? Not only is this going to be a good episode with great guests with Peter Tuckman and David Green, but this episode's going to be running for an hour long. So let's get into it. I'm going to explain some market insights. We're going to bring David Green on. We're going to take some live trades, and we'll also talk about Apex Trader funding. So guys, why trade with Apex Trader Funding? Apex Trader Funding gives traders access to funded accounts, removing the need to risk personal capital. What's going on, Fairchild? Howdy, hello, and welcome. So access to firm capital to trade futures markets. Guys, this is fantastic because instead of having to fund our own broker with thousands on thousands, we could trade with a prop firm and risk maybe $50 or a couple $100 to get funded and then maybe even get a payout. You earn up to 90% of your profits. And guys, make sure you stick around because we are going to be doing an Apex Trader evaluation giveaway soon. And that's going to be in the comments below. So just wait around. We'll announce last week's winner too. What's great with Apex is they have a 90-10 split. So after you withdraw the first 20K you make, you then withdraw a 90% of all of your profits. Now, this is great because a lot of other prop firms are an 80-20 split. What's also great with Apex is that it gives you the ability to duplicate accounts, right? To run multiple accounts at the same time. So if your goal is $200 or $300 a day with a small risk of $100 a day, and you've been consistent enough for a few weeks and you want to challenge yourself to make more, but let's say psychologically you don't want to up your contracts, you could then trade across multiple accounts and have that same profit goal and target. And again, there's zero liability, making it easier for us traders to trade stress-free. If I blow an evaluation account, I could just restart it. If I blow a funded account, Apex doesn't penalize me. I could start a new eval and pass again. So there are it's a three-step process, guys. Step one is you pass the evaluation. You want to show consistency and proper risk management. They don't want to give funded accounts to just everybody, and they don't want to give payouts to just anybody. So they have rules that you have to follow. Get funded, trade live using Apex's capital, and withdraw profits. Again, keep up to 90% of your earnings after the first 20,000 you make. Now, one of the main rules that Apex does use is the 30% rule, and what that basically means is you can't have, so your total P&L when you go to make a withdrawal can't have more than 30% of your profit from one trading day. So if your total profit is $10,000, you can't have over $3,000 in one trading day. So they are running a major sale right now, guys. You get 80% off all evaluation accounts using discount code FFEVER for Futures Fever. $50 resets, which is another great sale as well. It doesn't end April 30th. That passed. It ends May 20th. I do apologize on that. Lifetime one-time PA fees are for every account down to $130 per account. This is a huge sale in itself too, because when we're looking at things like the 150K account, the one-time lifetime PA fee on that one is $240. So not only are we saving, now our PA fee on the 150K is only $60. Now my one-time PA fee is $130. So 130 plus 60, we're looking at less than $200 to get access to 150K worth of funding and the ability to withdraw up to $2,750 per payout for your first 6 payouts. After that, there's no payout cap, and you're able to withdraw however much profit you have on that account. So guys, win a free eval. That link is going to be in the comments below. Make sure you click that and fill it out for a chance to win a free evaluation account. This is an evaluation account of any size of your choosing. So fill it out in the comments. Last week's winner was Jack. Jack, congratulations on your free evaluation account. Join us live every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern for a chance to win. And now, guys, what you've all been waiting for, the great Peter Tuckman and the one and only David Green.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on,
What is
Peter?
up,
How are
everybody?
What's up, team?
Ooh,
Hey, Dave.
let's go, guys. Drop that like. Show some love. What's going on, guys?
It's a beautiful day to be
Love
in.
it, Peter.
We got the Fed meeting.
Go for it, Davey.
We have a lot of volatility already today. Yeah, we have a lot of volatility today, expecting that to continue for the rest of the day. We had a good few trades this morning. I'll share with you guys what we've done on Benzinga so far today. Let's see if you guys can see this. Let me know if you can see my Apex accounts. That up there? Kevin?
Yes, we're
All
good.
right, cool.
Now we
All
can.
right, so on one of my accounts, I made $56. Why did I make $56 today? Anyone want to know?
Yeah.
Because I'm in a period now. I requested a payout a couple of days ago. Okay. So now I have to trade for, what is it, 8 days, Kev? Making at least
You have to
$50.
Yep, trade for 8 trading days.
So I have to
then
trade for
withdraw.
another 8 trading days, making at least $56 a day, and I can request another payout. So that's why in this account, for the next 7 or 8 days, I'll try to make $50, $100. And my second PA account today, which we did okay. Today, we are up $1,128 in our second PA account today.
That's
I just want to share that with you guys. This is all based on the technical analysis that we use to do all our trades. Show you guys a couple of trading setups.
David, do you mind before we jump into those trading setups? Something I wanted to point out, guys, because this is an Apex stream. So your account, that was a 50K account that you showed.
Correct.
It's at 70,000 now, right?
Correct.
So what's great with Apex is even though it has the trailing threshold of 2,500, once you're past a certain point, you're able to grow your threshold. So David isn't trading with a $2,500 trail down anymore. He's trading with over 15,000. So if he wanted to, he could increase his risk.
Absolutely. But, I have to tell everybody who's watching us, I am, first of all, I'm in my private trading room all day long. I have 100 traders that we're trading with every single day. When we leave here today, I'll invite everybody from Apex to come hang out with us for a free week, watch us trade live. Every trade that we do is posted in real time. Obviously, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Everybody pushes their own buttons.
That is priceless, a week with Dave in this trade.
Yeah, but we post every single trade that we do, stop orders, profit targets, walk you through our trade. So we'll get to that a little bit later on. I am not a big trader, guys and girls. I am a teacher. That's what I do. We have our course at Wall Street Global Trading Academy. So I'm a, 1, 2, 3 contract trader. If I see a really good setup that I like, then I might be a little more aggressive. But our goal is to just try to make a couple of bucks every day. That adds up to more money at the end of the day, the week, the month, and the year. As far as when we start an Apex account, okay, there is no hurry when you start these accounts, right, Kev? We can take 30 days to qualify the account.
Take 90 days. You just got to know that once you surpass that 30-day period, they are going to charge you for the monthly fee.
If you don't qualify the account.
Yep.
But you think about it, we have to make $3,000 when we first start up for our account, right? So if we can average $200 a day, it takes 15 trading days. There's nothing wrong with that. What a lot of people do is they open up these accounts, especially when we have a nice sale, which we do all the time with Apex. Guys. By the way, Apex is the only prop firm that we recommend. If you follow all the rules, there's no problem getting payouts. I hear people complaining all the time, oh, I can't get a payout. Nonsense. Follow the rules. The rules are there for a reason. Okay. You follow all the rules and you hit your target goals, you get paid. Okay. But don't treat these like candy. Right? That's what we try not to do. This is real money. Okay. You can see I have $70,000 in it. That's real money. Okay. I'm up $20,000 of real money.
Yep.
So, don't treat these
might not be able to withdraw all 20 right now.
No,
but
that's okay.
Once he hits payout 6, if he really wanted to, he could withdraw the whole thing right down to his trail stop. It would essentially blow the account because then you're getting rid of your. But I mean, listen, taking out $20,000 on an account that you essentially paid less than $200 for. Now that's an ROI.
Exactly, and you get there by being conservative and by following whatever rules it is that you have. I always share all my technical analysis with you guys every week that we're here. I really want to get to Pete because today is a crazy day. Yeah, we have the Fed announcement coming at 2:00. We had a big move down. If you can see my charts in ES, is about 35 minutes ago. And everybody said, was it news? Was it this? Yeah, there's news all day about tariffs. Pete will go into that a little more. Yeah, I think Besant was talking for a couple of minutes. He mentioned some things. We might not. But come 2:00 today, it's going to be crazy. I probably will not be trading. Tell you that, guys, right now. I don't want to put the risk on. I don't think we're allowed to trade when the announcement comes out.
Correct.
Right, Kevin, am I right in that?
Yep. Apex, I believe it's a 2 to 5 minute window before and after news hits. So make sure you're not trading it anyways. And listen, if you wouldn't trade it on your personal account, don't trade it on one of those accounts, right? We wouldn't want a full port on FOMC and have it jump 100 points against us. So why would we do that on a funded account? Why would we do that on an eval? Take it one trade at a time, stay out of news, and let the news sort of dictate direction for afterwards, right? Let the market give us the clues before we jump in. We're here to react, not predict.
Exactly right. All right, Pete, I'm going to unleash Pete. He's going to go.
Let's go.
You're welcome, Brett. Go ahead, Pete.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, Apex. It's good to be here, Dave. Thank you. I really love being here. So, look, there's so much going on, right? We're seeing this volatility day after day. Obviously, we've been, right? We had that huge sell-off from February 19th down for the first, probably 8 weeks of the market. That was all about the anxiety and the uncertainty all around tariffs, right? We had sort of a bipolar approach. The way information was being disseminated by the White House was just not clear. Markets can handle virtually anything except uncertainty and surprises. And that's what we've had, nothing but. So we saw the market careen down a cliff, right, for that first 8 weeks, right? And we saw it go as much as at one point in April, we were down 20%. Now, for whatever reason, we suddenly were now just coming off of 9 days of a market's bullish rally coming off of that low. We've regained a lot of what we lost, even though in the numbers we've regained it. If you think about it, a lot of the confidence has been eroded in general. So while some of the indices numbers and the futures numbers have rebounded from where they were on Liberation Day, there are a lot of stocks that are still nowhere near the levels they were when they were at their high. So that's important to note. But the bottom line is we've had 9 days. Everyone's trying to understand, so with all this uncertainty around tariffs, we still do not know anything more than we did on February 19th or on Liberation Day. Okay. The bottom line, no one's ever told us exactly what numbers are going to be, what countries are going to be. And so what we do have is a lot of potential interruption of the supply chain and a lot of problems. Why did the market go up in the eyes of all this 9 days in a row? Any number of reasons. There's an old Wall Street adage called that markets climb a wall of worry, right? And that happens very often. When they were done selling them, it was a bit of a technical bounce. Clearly, when we were down 20%, we were able to take back around 10% off of that. The 9-day rally was for one other and a number of reasons. I mean, if you try and forensically explain and analyze why markets go up in the eyes of still the potential of 145%, 75% tariffs with China, no deal, maybe a deal, problems with Canada, problems with Mexico, companies talking about that they're coming to the States to build factories, to make sneakers, to make cars. That's 5 years down the road. All that kind of stuff is obviously anxiety in the market. We saw the VIX go as 60, right? So that did not bode well for what's going on. Another potential, look, if we don't get the deals, and this is not a political thing, this is just reality, this is economics. We've started even to talk about recessions. We've seen that JP Morgan, that United Airlines, that American Airlines, a number, General Motors and Ford, not only were not able to give guidance, but actually postponed the whole release of earnings and guidance. Everybody, earnings are what happened last week, guidance what happened next week. You don't know what the cost of goods sold, don't know what the next 4 months are going to bring within the market, within the cost of running a company. They don't know if their auto parts are going to be billed an additional 145%. Well, then how can they give guidance? They cannot give guidance with so much uncertainty around these numbers. That's a big thing. We have not seen companies unable to give guidance since COVID, since November 2021, when JP Morgan, for the first time, Jamie Dimon said, I do not have enough information going into year 1.5 of this pandemic to give you guidance on what JP Morgan as a stock and as a company are going to do. We're in that same spot right now, and that's problematic. Ford and General Motors, they don't know. They actually went from saying we will be able to give you guidance and reasonable earnings reports until yesterday they said, we're sorry, we're out, we don't know. General Motors postponed their release of earnings. So these are a lot of the things that have caused so much skittishness in the market. Why would the market then, in the eyes of all this, actually start going up? Because the bottom line is people understand that if no deal is made, we are in trouble. We will be in a deep recession. It's been said by Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin even said that the Buy America brand has been eroded so much by all this tariff talk. And the bottom line is if you've got boats that are now backing up. We had a report yesterday out of LA that the port in LA is down 50%. From the ships that would come in on a normal basis. That means that you realize that the lead time for products, think about it, We buy almost, if you look around your room, everybody now, almost everything in there is from China. That's just the bottom line. And so, unfortunately, the administration seems to think that if we stop trading altogether with China, it would have no effect on our lives. Well, I don't really know about that. Whether it's book bags or Barbies or paper towels or any number of these things, so much of it comes from China. So if we don't have a deal, the downside potential of that is so bad that people are buying the market because they figure that can't happen. Yesterday, what's causing today's volatility is last night they did come out with a report that the U.S. and China are going into active trade talks on May 9th. Well, that's a few days away. That is the first most definitive statement that's been made by the White House. Last week, Lutnick, Commerce Secretary, said, we've got deals. They're done. Still no deal. You have Bessent saying, we've got deals. They're a day away. Still no deals. So yesterday's report, it came out around 6 o'clock that we actually are going into legitimate trading talks with China on May 9th, made the market rally. If any of you... China. If you were trading the market at 6, 7 o'clock after hours last night, okay, the market rallied really strong post-market close. And that was off that news that we were going into legitimate trade talks. Now, we've already this morning, they pulled back on that statement. And that's why you're seeing this sell-off. Today is the Federal Reserve meeting. Mr. Trump wants Jay Powell to cut interest rates. That was maybe one of the motivations of driving the market down, was to get us to the point. So everybody should know that when you normally in an economic cycle, if you lower interest rates, it pours gas on the fire and makes markets rally. Unfortunately, we are in the midst of an economic cycle with the fear of a recession, that if we cut rates now, it may be more inflationary than not. So that's the paradox we're in right now. Most people who are way smarter than me, I know I look like Einstein, I'm not that friggin' smart. They believe that if we cut rates now, that will be majorly inflationary. And that's why, even though Trump wants Jay Powell to do it, Jay Powell does not want to do it because of that reason. So that's why all this anxiety is around this meeting at 2 o'clock today. Some people think he may do it because he's feeling pressure from the new sheriff in town, Professor Orange, the big guy in Washington. And some people know that he won't do it because he's not going to do something that's going to in recession-wise. So that's where we're at. That's why you're seeing this crazy volatility. You've got two different sides of the coin speaking very aggressively about one way or the other, and that's why we see volatility. What you all need to understand is volatility is the lifeblood of a day trader, right? The bottom line is you can be in a trade for all the right reasons, and you can be one tweet away from crazy town. Why everybody and David Green and Apex, right? Trading these people, we need you all to hunker down, maybe shrink your size, maybe tighten up your stops, but you must maintain the discipline and consistency necessary to trade a very volatile market. Okay, that's the bottom line. David Green is offering everyone here a week in his private trading room. I've known Dave for 40 freaking years. That is one of the most amazing offers I've ever seen. The bottom line is Apex gives you the greatest platform trading, futures funded trading. Okay, but Wall Street Global Trading Academy is the educational component that is absolutely necessary, pivotal, and relevant to learning how to trade this wild, volatile market. You need to know about having a plan when you get into a trade, about stop order on every trade, never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. That's Dave's strategy. That's amazing. He's probably one of the best technicians in the space, and I say that with all love. He's taught thousands of people how to trade this market. And so, anybody can be taught to hit a button to get in on the long and the short side. It's what you do when you get into the trade. So listen to Dave. He's going to go over a bunch of trades. Take him up on his offer about a week in his free trading room. That's like a bowl of soup at Mendy's. Like, that's the best.
What the hell is Mendy's?
Peter, I got to ask you, though, what are you hearing more, China or tariff?
China.
I'm hearing a lot of both of it. One ear and one out the other ear.
Yep.
Let's talk some technicals, guys and girls, because we just had a really nice trade that set up for us.
Let's get it. What are we seeing, David?
Okay. So here's my chart of the ESs, MESs. We spiked all the way down to 56.20. We use a lot of moving averages and a lot of Fibonacci's. If you guys don't know what a Fibonacci is, it measures retracement. We get a lot of our trades based on Fibonacci's. All this stuff is in the course. So we were watching the MESs here. We spiked down to like 56.21, and we spiked all the way up now, right to my 30 EMA. So I use a 9 EMA, a 15 EMA, a 30, a 65, and a 200. That's all the technicals that I use, okay? And then we have pivot points. And I also have my previous day low, my previous day close, my previous day high, my previous week high, my previous week close. It's not as confusing as it looks. I can tell you this right now. The easier part of what we do is learning how to read these charts. That is the easier part of what we do. The harder part is what's up between our ears, right? Figuring out what to do once we get into a trade, our stop orders, our profit targets, all that stuff becomes the next most important thing once you have some kind of technical analysis. We don't have the holy grail. Everybody uses different technical analysis. I can only tell you what we use. March, where are we now? May?
No, we're in
March
May.
and April. We're in May, right?
Yep.
March and April were the two best trading months we've ever had. Amidst all this volatility, it's just a matter of really sticking to your technicals, being patient, being disciplined, not trading unless something sets up for us. Okay, I'm not running in and making trades unless they're there for me to trade. So we watched the MESs go from 21 to 39, and if you see right here, guys and girls, we exactly hit my 30 EMA, almost to the penny. So this is a resistance level. When something is going up, I'm looking for places to short it. When something is going down, I'm looking for places to buy it. And we're getting 10 or 15 point bounces in the ESs on every bar right now, right? The ATR, guys, is 10 points right now. For those of you who don't know, the ATR is the average true range. That just adds up the last 14 5-minute candlesticks, and it gives us the range of each of those candlesticks. And right now it's 10 points. I'm usually using my ATR to place my stop orders. So if I get into a trade and I'm trading the ES or the MES, I'm not going to risk more than 10 points on that trade. For today, because the markets are so volatile, I'm trading the MESs. And trust me, guys and girls, you can still make money trading the micros. Okay, you don't always have to be trading the minis. You can still make money trading the micros. But we got into a short when it hit our 30 EMA up here at 39. And it went down from 39 to 20. It went down 15 points when we hit this first level. So I won't do the trade the second time it hits it. But if we look now, my next resistance level, okay, is my 65 EMA. And it tells me right here, 56.43.60. So let's put an order out. Okay, and I'll throw a couple of MESs out there. At 56.46. And we'll cheat a little bit. I always cheat a little bit. 56.46.25.
Oh,
To get to 56.46.25, we're going to have gone up 22 points to hit that. The odds are that if we get a 22-point rile in the ESs or MESs, we're going to get a pullback from there. That's the odds. And the reason we use our technical analysis is trying to put the odds in our favor on every single trade that we do. That's it. I don't know which trades are going to work and which ones aren't. How about that? I only know that every time one of my trades sets up based on my technical analysis, I'm going to make a trade. And then I'll have my stop orders that come into play.
David, I'm so sorry to interrupt. We had a question in the chat. Someone was asking, how do we get the free week with the wonderful David Green? How do we get that?
Bought my email.
What's your email?
dgreen927
All right.
at yahoo.com.
All right, guys. Just email Mr. Green himself.
Yeah, email me later today, and what we'll do is I can start you guys tomorrow, and you'll just have 5 days, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And next week is our monthly free webinar. Go to WSGTA right now and sign up for that right now. We do a monthly webinar. We usually get between 700 and 1,000 people that come in, and we hang out for a couple of hours. We answer all your questions. We have some fun in the webinar. As far as today with Powell and the rates, I think if he cuts rates, the market goes down. Okay. And if he does cut the rates and we get an initial pop up, that would be a desperation move. There's no reason economically wise to be lowering the rates right now. He's not going to feel any pressure from our president because he just doesn't. Okay. He's his own man. He does his own thing. As a matter of fact, he doesn't like to be told what to do. So I'd be surprised. if they do anything today as far as lowering the rates. Now, what's going to be very important is the language, okay? So here's what's going to happen. At 2 o'clock, they're going to make their announcement. Great. We'll probably get a knee-jerk up or down. They're not going to raise rates, blah, 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 blah. But the language that comes out is what's going to be the most important thing. And then he starts talking at 2:30. So 2 o'clock, we get a knee-jerk. 2:30, he starts talking. Again, probably going to be a very difficult market to trade when this is going on. We won't. I just won't do it. And I don't care if we miss something. Right? And that's another thing, guys and girls. This market's always going to be here for us. Right? We don't have to be constantly trading it. Bottom line is a good trader should be bored most of the time. If you're whipping in and out of 100 trades a day, chances are, and look, maybe I'm wrong, but if you're whipping out of 100 trades a day, chances are you're not going to be very successful. Okay. We'll see what happens at 2:30 with the language. And then usually, guys and girls, what I found is tomorrow is when we'll get some kind of trend day, whether it be up or whether it be down, after everybody can soak in all the news and then decide what they want to do. As far as trading is concerned, and we're only trading futures here. If I was going to do anything outside of futures, I'd do some lottery tickets, maybe in the SPY or the QQQs, just to have a little action going in. Maybe throw $100 out of it, and maybe we get a 10-point move either way, and you can make a few $100. But I do not see them lowering rates. Could be wrong. Who knows? Be prepared for anything to happen. And like I said, I will not have any orders out while this is going on, and we will be on our hands.
You know what, Davey? I'll pop in for a second. So everybody, David described, right, that at 2 o'clock is the report. He's either lowering them, raising them, or keeping them same. That will come out in the press. We always, historically, never have orders out, okay, at 2 o'clock because look, we've seen, history tells us that there's going to be a knee-jerk either way because there's so many people with opinions about what should happen and then what actually happens that the market literally can go up 1,000 points or down 1,000 points like that. We've seen it happen time and time again. I mean, that's the kind of volatility that happens on a Wednesday when the Federal Reserve, in anticipation, how many days and weeks of anticipation of whatever he's going to do have been building up in people's heart, in people's trading fingers. You've got algorithms, you've got bots that actually can trade keywords, social media words. So when you see things about raising rates, lowering rates, all that, you've actually got computers that will actually engage the market. And in that way, it's impossible for any human being to get ahead of that. And the bottom line is, as David said, we would rather miss something. We'd rather get lucky for $1 than lose $50, right? So we don't like to do that. So that's 2 o'clock. And then at 2:30, then all the press will be jabbering and babbering all their opinions, right? We know what opinions are. And then at 2:30, he will start to talk. And as David described, the language, everyone will be hanging on every word that Jay Powell has. He has a press conference. Every time he has his meeting on these Wednesdays, he announces whether he cuts, he lowers, he stays the same. And then at 2:30 is a news conference. The news conference goes for about a half an hour. And that's where you'll see a lot of real volatility. Right? The market will try and pick a direction on what they think of what he's saying. And then once again, as David described, you'll see Thursday. Thursday is the follow through. Thursday is how the market usually, and it's usually the opposite of what happened on Wednesday, because it's once people have interpreted the information and really try and understand what came of the number cut or raise, and then the news conference, and then the follow through. So that's really, really important. So though tomorrow is just going to be as volatile as today is, okay, the key is, look, price action and technical analysis are the only reasons to get into a stock. FOMO, hype, hope, fear of missing out, Uncle Herbie on the internet, signal services, those are not reasons to get into a trade. The bottom line is price action and technicals are the only reason to get into a trade. So when news comes out, when you have the Fed, when you have a news conference, if you let it all go in there. Let the market digest all this stuff. And then you'll see, start plugging things in around 210, right? Once things start to settle in, you've seen that spike and that sell-off that the market does on Fed days. And then you'll see things start to set up. You'll see moving average trades, far from moving average trends. Trend trades, you'll see that. And then you be as disciplined as you possibly can be, right? And that's when you set up and you get into your trades. As David said, we don't cherry pick trades. We get into every trade that sets up. We win some, we lose some. Net, it's a probability game. We win more than we lose. We try and get the most of it out of our winners and the least out of our losers. The psychology of trading is super key, right? These are the things we teach at Wall Street Global Trading Academy, and they're pivotal, right? Apex is an extraordinary platform that gives you guys all access to trading the futures. That is something that, look, back in the day when David and I were on the floor of the stock exchange, you had to be an accredited investor to trade this market. As of the years of COVID, anybody with $100 and an iPhone can trade the market. Now you've got Apex, an incredible opportunity. All the barriers to entry are down. You all get to come into this market with $50, $19, whatever it is today on sale, and open up an account with Apex, an extraordinary thing. However, the educational component is pivotal. Just having the platform is not enough. That's why we've collabed with Apex, and that's why we're bringing you Dave's strategy, right? As he said, we don't have the Holy Grail. But with years of really tweaking this thing and listening to other people and watching the market, I still trade on the floor of the exchange. Dave's been a teacher for 25 plus years. And together we came up with an academy and a course that is 21 hours, 21 videos, 400 hours of archival content, coaching and mentoring. And that's why if you take the amazing access that you get from Apex and you mix it with the amazing strategy that David has built and I built together with the academy, right? Whether you come on to check out, there's now on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. On the 14th, we have a masterclass trading in the new world of Trump. We've got one from last month that's available on video if you go to the website, right? David's offering you an incredible offer to spend a week. If you DM him on dgreen927@yahoo.com, he'll give you a free week. Wait till probably the afternoon to do it, but because then he'll notice it more, and you get a free week in his trading room. That's something that people used to pay a fortune for, and they still do. He's just giving you all an Apex because we want to have a nice collab with you guys. This is it. Look, if you've never traded before, if you're a retail trader and you're struggling, right? If you've not been able to just get a handle on the crazy volatile market, this is your time. This is a pivotal. It's the crossroads. This is the time to really get you don't want to be sitting around on the weekends where all your friends are talking about how much money they made. Don't believe them anyway, because they're probably full of it. But market meme stocks and all that other stuff, or they're posting pictures on social media. At the end of the day, learning how to day trade successfully. It's accessible, it's affordable, and fun for the first time. And if you get on Apex, you got the first #1 thing to do. If you come and join us at Wall Street Global, you got the great collab of all time. And you listen to David Green, you're going to make money if you give it. It's not going to happen. You can't put it under your pillow and wake up and suddenly you're a trader. You've got to put in the work. But if you put in the work and you follow the rules, you can make some money.
You can. Right? We don't promise anybody anything. We don't guarantee anything. But I can tell you that over the last couple of months, it's been good. Let's just put it that way.
Nice knock on wood to follow that up.
Yeah, and we never talk about numbers, guys and girls. I haven't talked about numbers even when I worked on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Humility is one of the things that I talk about all the time, because this market can humble you in 30 seconds, right? In 2 seconds. So,
yep, I was going to say 30 seconds is a little too generous.
Yeah. I show you guys my accounts on Apex just to show you what can be done. And again, first of all, I don't have a lot of time to trade those accounts anyway. I'm busy. I'm working with my guys all day long, and it's not my concentration. But for me, if I can make a few $100s a day, and if I have a good day and I make between $5,000 and $1,000, that's a great day for me. That is a great day.
Yep.
So we're breaking out a little bit now. So check this out. Okay. We just broke a little bit above our 30 EMA. So my next technical is telling me where I might want to make a short because it's going up now. I have two. I have my 65 EMA, which is 56.43. I have my VWAP, which is 56.46. And I have my 200 EMA, which is 56.49. As my moving averages move up, they get stronger, okay? My 9 and my 15 are the weakest. 30 EMA, you could see we hit it the first time, it worked. Never make a trade on the same technical more than once. So if you see what happened here, now we're getting a little bit above the 30 EMA, so I wouldn't make that trade. So now I have a couple of choices. I have 43 and I have 46. And I have 51. 65 EMA will be even stronger. 200 EMA, we call the Great Wall of China. 90% of the time when something hits my 200 EMA, I'm going to make a trade. What I'm looking for in ESs is a 10-point move from its current price to hit one of my levels. The reason we want a movement to hit one of our levels is so that when it reverses from there, we have room to make money when it pulls back from there. I love to get in trend trades where we could just stay in something all day, right? And if we look early this morning, this is what a downtrend looks like. Okay, we opened down, we stayed down, we rallied up to our 9 and 15 EMA, which is where we get into a trend trade, and then we continued down, 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 down until the trend was broken. Tomorrow, I will be definitely looking for a trend trade, because if I can get into a decent trend trade and it stays in that direction, I'm going to stay in that trade the entire day or until it tells me to get out of it. So that's when you can sometimes make trades where you make 50 or 100 points in the NMEs. So certainly the NQs, right?
Nope.
Doesn't happen very often, but if you can find yourself in one of these trends and you can stay in that until the trend is broken, that's when I can have some really big days. And it doesn't take a lot of contracts, guys and girls. It doesn't. Just look at it this way. You know, if we could have got 2 ES contracts up here on our trend at 56.50, okay? And my next support was down here at 56, we'll call it 20. Could have taken 30 points out of that trade before it reversed the trend. Okay. So, you know, if you have 2 contracts and you make even 20 points, right? Well, I don't know, what is that? $2,000? Yeah, that's $2,000. So when we find ourselves in these nice trends, I'm not in a hurry to get out of them. When we hit my moving averages and stuff, I'm scalping. I'm looking to make between 2 and 5 points on every single trade that I do. And scalping is not a dirty word. Okay. It's not.
No,
Put money in the bank. A great question that Advanced Flooring asks. What time frame are you trading? Excellent question. So I'm always starting on a 5-minute chart. Okay. And if I have technicals on my 5-minute chart that fit my trading criteria, I don't have to go any further. If I don't have anything on my 5-minute chart, that's when I will start expanding my time frame. I'll go to a 15-minute chart. I'll go to a 30-minute chart. However far out I have to go. And actually what I want to look at now, guys and girls, is let's look at a daily chart. Because sometimes when these, I'm going to go daily, weekly, and monthly. When the Fed make these announcements, I might look for levels that are way far away from here that you would think would never hit, okay? But sometimes if it hits on a daily or weekly level, even when this news comes out, I'll put like a marker out. Maybe it's up 150 points or down 150 points, right? And I'll put a marker out there, and sometimes you get hit, and it works. So I'm looking right now at a daily chart, okay? And we have our 200 EMA up at 5,700. I doubt we're getting there today, unless we get some kind of unless we get a deal with China in 2 minutes. But I mean, you don't know, okay? You don't know. So right now we're trading at 56.07. All right, I have something at 56.70. That is my 65 EMA. So I'm just going to write it down, 56.70. And I'll write down 57.72. You never know what the hell's going to happen, right? On the buy side, I have, let's see where we are. Let me just get rid of this so we can look. Okay, my 9 EMA is 55.97. That's down 40 points from here. I'm writing it down, 55.97. My 30 EMA and my 15 EMA both are right around 55.57. Okay, that's down 80 points from here. Let's go to a weekly chart. See where we're setting up on that. And I write all these numbers down because you never know what's going to happen. All right, weekly, my 200 EMA is 55.69. 55.69. So I have 55.57, 55.69. Pretty close to each other. I have 57.67 on the short side. Certainly a lot closer than 57.22, right? 57.67. And this is just an exercise I do whenever these things are coming. I'll even go to a monthly chart, okay? And check out the monthly chart.
Gave us a great rejection, that lower wick.
Right here.
Yeah, it really came back.
Yeah, so this is now become a trend trade on a monthly chart, which isn't great, guys and girls, right? And our 15 EMA on a monthly chart was 57.34. Look what happened when we hit that, all right? We rallied all the way up from the lows and hit 57.34, and we have gone down 150 points. So again, you know, that's a big level, 57.34. 57.70, 57.73. Now, if we want, and again, I don't think any of this is happening. I hope it does. If we want to reverse this monthly downtrend, okay? Monthly, yeah, we're going to get the questions. We got plenty of time. If we want to reverse this monthly downtrend, we would have to get above this trend line, which is, I don't know, where are we now? It's only like 150 points away. Not out of the question. So we'll see what happens to that. Yeah, do we have any questions that we're missing?
Just a couple. I think Ivan asked if on Apex Trader, do they force you to have results within a specific date, or do you trade at your own pace? So you could trade as long as it takes. If it takes you 4 months to pass your account, but you're at least trading at your pace, at your rate, you're not blowing the account, take your time. They do have a monthly fee when you're on the evaluation account, though. To get away from that monthly fee, you either have to get funded or you cancel that account. Now, if you blow your account within a week, and you want to restart a new one and they have a good sale, you could cancel the account you just blew and start a new account with that 80% off that they have. I think
if you're trading for 29 days, guys and girls, and you're close or not close to getting that account qualified, that's when you have to go for it, because you're going to get recharged the next day anyway, right? So if you're close on that 29th day, do more contracts, try to get it qualified. If not, you just get rebilled on the next day anyway, right? What is the difference between Trade Zero and Apex for futures? Which one do you prefer?
Trade Zero, I believe, is a broker platform. So they aren't a prop firm. So
they don't even offer futures either, Kevin.
Exactly. So wouldn't even be looking for something like Trade Zero. It would be more like Trade-O-Vate. Trade-O-Vate's a futures broker.
Yeah, this is my, I'll show you guys my Trade-O-Vate. This is the platform that we're going to be trading on. It is very easy to understand. It is not difficult, okay? Let me just show you for a couple minutes here.
And guys, just FYI, the discount code FFever, it did have a little bit of an issue. They did just fix it, though. Use discount FFever for your 80% off of Apex.
Boom chakalaka. Yeah, guys, so thinking about it this way, right? And that's why we love Apex. $33, guys. You can open up an account. And then you got to, learn how to do it. That's all. So here is the my platform. Let me get to the one that I'm over here on. Okay, so I'm going to look at my technicals. All right, I want to short some at 56.46. It is very simple. I go up to 56.46. Boom. I have one out there to sell if it gets to that level. That's a limit order. It will sit there all day until it gets to that level and gets executed. If it never gets there, it won't get executed. Okay, on my buy side, based on my charts, I have 56.15. Okay, I'll put an order all the way down, 56.15. You can put a buy and sell out at the same time, guys and girls. You could also do bracket orders where you automatically put in your stops and your profit targets, which is mega, mega important. And someone asked me, do we teach this? We have probably the most comprehensive futures training that anyone else has out there. It is a 90-slide presentation, and it's 3 hours long, and it's narrated. One of the people in my room, Kevin, who helps me out a lot, put this together. It is spectacular. It has all the rules. It has all our technical analysis. It shows you how to open up the accounts. It shows you how to use bracket orders no matter what platform you're working on. People tell me who buy our course that is worth 5 times what the course is. Guys and girls. Also, we have a 10% off sale for Apex for today on our course at wsgta.com. Just put in code GREEN, okay? And we have payment plans. So people can buy our courses for as little as like $30 or $40 a month. You get lifetime mentorship every Thursday night. Me and Peter live in real time at 5 p.m. We come on. We're there for a couple of hours, answer anyone's questions, going through the course, any problems anybody has with anything. And if you sign up for tier 2, you get our live boot camp. In our live boot camp, I trade with you live every single day and go over the entire course every single day.
That's great. Great value in that. People were asking, do you have to cancel your orders every evening? And do you have to, does your order have to be closed by 4:59 p.m.? So yeah, guys, with prop firms, all prop firms, not just Apex, but Apex specifically, you do have to be out of any positions when the market closes. They are not looking for swing traders, just day traders.
Yeah, and look, if you really want to swing trade, we open up again at 6 o'clock. You can put something on and hold it throughout the next day till 4 o'clock.
There you go.
There's your swing trading ability if you want to do it, right? We're only closed for an hour and a half every single day. We close Friday night. We open Sunday night at 6 p.m. So, you know, if you're a real junkie, you can get your fix, guys and girls. I mean, I have people in my room that say, Dave, are we trading tonight at 6 o'clock? And my answer is a big fat no. I had enough trading during the day. No, we don't want to be trading 23 hours a day, especially if we've done well. There's no reason to. And that's another thing I want to talk about. I'm going to let Pete go for a couple minutes again. I am a big believer of taking profits as soon as we get into a trade. Give me some money, put some money in my bank, raising my stop up so I can't lose money on that trade. And I'm also a big believer in, and everybody has done this, never turning a winning day into a losing day. When I hit my goal, whatever that is for you, I don't care if it's $50 or $100. Make it realistic. Don't say your goal is to make $10,000 a day, because you'll just be going through hundreds of accounts for $33 every week. It's not going to happen. Right? Have a realistic goal. If you get to that goal, go do something else. Get out of here. Do something else. There's no reason to sit here all day. Time's the most precious commodity in the world. We've had several days in the last couple of months where sometimes we're done in the pre-market. And how great is that to be done nice and early and go do something else, right? Pete, that's a beautiful picture. Where are you?
I know, right? Showing off. He's outside. Oh, you're muted, Peter.
You are muted.
Beautiful picture, but no audio. But what a beautiful scene.
You're muted, Pete. Can't hear you. Let me text him.
Now he's outside the Wall Street,
he
New York
is.
Stock Exchange.
He's talking to himself.
Yeah. Got people taking pictures of him. The most photographed person on the Wall Street, guys. Peter Tuchman.
He's muted. He don't even know it. I just texted him.
Guys, make sure you run that like button up. Show some support. Show some love. Appreciate David and Peter for always taking the time every week.
Oh, it is our pleasure. We love doing this. This is my favorite time of the day in a week.
Peter, I don't know if you could hear us now, but you were muted before, so we didn't catch. You can't hear us. We can't hear you.
You're muted. We lost you. I will say this, guys and girls. Just be careful if you're actually trading and you're trading live in your Apex accounts today. There's no hurry. You don't have to do anything today.
No.
It's going to be wackadoodle. It'll probably be wackadoodle starting at about 1:30. And then we'll get the Fed announcement and all the other stuff that comes with us. I've been doing this for a long time, guys and girls, and I will not trade during that time. I'm not going to chance blowing up any of my accounts. I just won't do it.
Oh, I think he's back.
There he is. Pete, where are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
All right. David, a lady just walked by me. She said she took our class a couple months ago and she made a bunch of money. So there you go. We got endorsements from everyone. We're outside the stock exchange. That's where George Washington was inaugurated. That's the front of the New York Stock Exchange. We're not copying, pasting this stuff. It's real stuff, guys.
That's when Pete started working on the floor, when George Washington was inaugurated.
I went to high school with Alexander Hamilton. He's dead. He's buried there. I'm still here trading.
Do you follow specific commodities, or do you use a scanner to enter your trades? We do have scanners and watch lists, J and D. You can see them on my left side of my charts, mostly for stocks. Don't use scanners and watch lists for the futures. I'm just keeping them up on my charts and looking for levels to make trades. And do I trade anything besides the MESs? Yeah, we trade commodities. I'll trade gold, guys. I will trade Bitcoin. I will trade oil. Anything that's available to trade, I will trade. I mean, here's oil. Okay. Check out oil today. How nice was this one, guys and girls? Couple of things. Hit our pivot point down here the first time at about 58.60. Got a nice 20 cents out of it. But look at this resistance on my 65 EMA.
Wow.
How nice is that? I mean, we exactly got to it at 58.90. Good night, Irene. And now we're in a nice little trend trade down. So here's a spot now. So I'm on oil. I'm on my 5-minute chart. I'm looking at my we're at 58.34. I have a pivot point at 57.40. That's telling me that I would try to buy the stock if it gets down there. So everything, what the hell is he?
We're interrupting Peter's photo shoot, apparently, guys.
Peter can't walk outside without getting stopped by like 95 people. It's insane. I I will share. If you want to type in, Kev, let's give everybody all the technical analysis that I use. Okay?
Yeah, so we got your link up there, wsgta.com for Wall Street Global Trading Academy. If you guys want a free week with David, we have
That's
his
my email.
dgreen927@yahoo.com.
Let's share the technical analysis that we use, Kevin. So I use what, Pete?
You have no idea how valuable it is to be with you for a week. I mean, everybody learns differently, right? You know, think about how it took you to learn to get on the Apex platform. To be with David in his private trading room is extraordinary. To hear he's going to be going through these trades live in real time. You don't have to lose money to learn how to trade. So you're already on Apex. What an amazing opportunity. Then to come on Wall Street Global and spend a day with David is absolute. Spend a week with David. It's insane, right? There used to be a line. There used to be a waiting list to get into David's private trading room. So take him up on this offer. If you have any interest in becoming a successful day trader, this offer is absolutely off the charts. It's amazing. So Apex plus WSGT.com and David Green in a live trading room is amazing.
Yeah, guys, we really are trying to help as many people as possible. I have around 100 people in my private trading room. I'm not going to have much more than that. I can tell you that, because it starts getting self-defeating after that, and it's not about money for me and Peter. We do sell a course, but we take care of a lot of people. I think me and Peter end up making about $8 every time we sell a course. It is the cheapest thing out there. I know people who have spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to learn how to do this. Ours is a few $100, and you get a lifetime mentorship with us. So we've made it as affordable as we possibly can, whatever, for everybody.
Online Trading Academy is $25,000. It doesn't come with coaching and mentoring. There are courses out there for $5,000, $10,000. You're talking $499, $699, and now you get a free week with Dave. That's all. That's a chance.
I'm a dinosaur because I still use Yahoo. Well, hey, you're right.
You know what? At least you didn't put your AOL in there.
I think I still have one of them. Look. Wow, look how bad Google is, guys and girls.
What type of accounts do you recommend from the 25K range? So 25K and the 50K are a great place to start with Apex. If we want to pull my screen up for a quick second,
Hold on one sec, Kev. Let me just show you something before you put your screen down.
For sure.
I opened this by mistake this morning. Check this out, okay? Because I was trying to open another 50. I opened this by mistake this morning, did 5 contracts on the short side. This is a $25,000 account, and made $2,537. Does that qualify, the 25K one, Kevin? I don't even know. Is that
25K account, you just need 1,500 to get funded.
Oh, there you go. So I just qualified that in one day. I put a short out this morning. I forgot about it. I logged back into it, and it was up $2,500. That happens sometimes. So go ahead, Kevin. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. No problem. I just wanted to show apextrader.com. I wanted to show us, let's bring the screen up there. Perfect. So guys, this is apextraderfunding.com. This is where you'll see if they are currently running a sale. Like Dave mentioned earlier, they do run sales very often. Right now, they are running an 80% off. This also includes the sales that I mentioned earlier, $130 for the PA. Now, the question was about the account sizes. So there are different accounts you can get. Now, this is where brokers come in, right? So you could get a wealth charts plan, you get a rhythmic plan, or you could get a Trade-O-Vate plan. Now, I usually recommend people get the Trade-O-Vate plan because you're able to link it to your Trading View chart, and you're able to then trade right there on Trading View. It's a lot easier because then you could also use the position tool. And when you use the position tool, it does the math for you for how many contracts you could trade for your determined risk. But back to the 25K account, your question being, what's a good risk on it? Where should you get started? It's really up to you where you think you are psychologically. Now, usually I recommend people start with risks of $50 to $100 and look for maybe a 2-to-1, right? So when we look for something like that, we want to start off with maybe a 25K account, risk max $100 per trade, because what it's doing then is it's giving you the opportunity to get 15 wrong trades in a row, which if that happens, maybe you have to go back and second guess your strategy anyways. But it gives you the cushion and the ability to be stress-free and not worry that, oh man, if I lose this trade, my account's gone. Because Apex is already giving us that ability to trade without our own capital at risk, but that doesn't mean we have to trade so freely.
Yeah, 100%, guys and girls. Don't treat these like candy.
Yep.
Be consistent. Try to make a couple bucks every day. And like Kevin said, there's no time limit. It could take you a month. It could take you 2 months, right? So there's no time limit on how long it takes for you to get these accounts to where you can start taking money from that. Just try and find. You sent the email. Want to do the whole thing. Excellent, Charles. Check out our website, wsgta.com. That's where you can get the course, and I will send you the everybody who sent me an email, I'll send you the link later on today. You can start with us tomorrow.
Awesome. That's awesome, guys. What an opportunity. Thank you, David. And of course, Peter, too, for your time. Now, I had a question for you guys in regards to the market. And Peter, this might be a bit more towards you. We just had some large cap earnings last week, and most of them were double beats, looking pretty good. Do you think that's going to make an impact on the market overall, or do you think the tariff uncertainty is already weighing in too heavy?
Well, you know what? Look, when a company comes out with earnings that are strong, that's obviously always a good thing. It depends where people's focuses are. If the company is no longer able to give guidance with that, then that's where it's problematic. The guidance is actually a little more important than the earnings at this point. And because all eyes of the guidance is the lack of ability to give guidance is based on the tariff story. So it's a little more complicated, but it is way more significant in the world that we're living in right now. The landscape we're living in is all volatile and is very uncertain because of the tariff story. And the tariffs are weighing on the ability for a company to be able to give good guidance. So earnings are basically what happened last week. That's already past history. What people are looking for, the way people are spending their money and what they're investing in is based on what the next quarter is going to look like. That is all about the guidance. So if the earnings were good, well, that's a good thing, but that was yesterday's news. If they can't give guidance or they give weak guidance or there's uncertainty in their guidance, that's going to weigh much heavier than what happened with the earnings.
Awesome. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, and I overall just think nothing's going to matter until we get something done with China. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I agree.
Nothing. We're just going to sit here until he gets a deal done. The longer it takes, we're going to have these pullbacks in the market. I mean, where are we, Pete, as far as the percentage-wise in the market now? We're at 560, right? 613 was the high, so we're 60. We're about 10%, between 8 and 10% down.
You're talking about from our all-time highs on ES. Right now, we're currently trading at 9.73% to the downside, 600 points.
And at one point, we were down 20%, right?
We lost 20, and we got back 10. It's kind of
keep this in mind also, everybody, okay? I don't know where we're going to end the year. Nobody does. Let's say we ended the year down 10%. The last 2 years, we were up 45% in the market, right?
Right.
If we end down 10%, that leaves us up 35% for the last 3 years. That's 10%. That's been the average return for the last 50 years, right between 7 and 10%. And again, I don't know if we're going to end up only down 10 or 20 or up. Who the heck knows? But we're coming off 2 years of 45% gains. Chances are we were getting some kind of pullback somewhere anyway. Maybe not to this extent.
Even if it wasn't for the tariffs, we would have gotten some pullback. If you think about it, since COVID, we're up 100%, right? COVID, the year of COVID, we were, even in the eyes of COVID, even though it was based on the stimulus package, we were up 21%. 2021, we were up 22%, right? 2022 was the year we were down. So, but net over 5 years, we're up over 100%. If we give back 10, it's real. You got think about it. Last year, 212 trading days, we had 58 record closes. The market is doing great. It is a pullback. It's normal. That's what happens to markets. Whatever the reasoning is, we're still doing great.
Yep. Awesome. Guys,
fingers crossed we get good news today. We get some kind of trade deals done and we start going up again.
Hopefully we get some type of positivity, some type of certainty. All this uncertainty, we're just going to stay chopping. We're not going to be certain if there's a bottom. If there's uncertainty in the market, there's worry, and we have to be patient and cautious, right? Look for those scalps.
Perfect, Kevin.
Awesome.
Great David, way to end it.
David, Peter, thank you both so much for being on this week. Another great session, great hour. Now we got our hour-long sessions. That's awesome, giving you both plenty of time to share your wisdom. Guys, make sure you hit that like button to show some support to Peter and David. Thank them for being here today. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you guys next week. Take care. And